Hey man, I just have to turn YouTube back on. It looks like it's on, so. All right. Who's our defense attorney for Miss Thomas? We have one?
Right here, Mark Barcenas.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
So, Miss Thomas, you got charged with criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
This year's in person. All right. Court calls State of Texas versus Margot Lynn Thomas. This is number 2025 005311. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting the hearing using the Zoom application. We are live streaming the proceeding so that it is open to the public. My name is Judge Jefferson Moore. I'm sitting by assignment in the Bexar County Jail Court, and specifically for County Court Law number 5 for this case. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Talia Trish for the state.
Mark Barcenas for the defense.
Ma'am, are you the same Margot Thomas charged by information with the offense of criminal trespass? Is that you, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'm going to use a function of Zoom called Share Screen. I'm going to show you some documents that you signed with your attorney. The first one is called the Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference, and I'm using my cursor to circle around an electronic signature. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir, it is.
By signing this, you're telling me two things. One, you understand that normally we do pleas live in an open court, but with your signature here, you're consenting to do this by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir, I did.
Secondly, your electronic signature here, as well as all the electronic signatures in the plea packet in front of me, you're telling me that those are valid as if they were personally signed. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir, I did.
I approve the consent. I make it a part of the record. Ma'am, I'm going down to another document. It's called the Court's Admonishments. It's 2 pages long, and on page 2, I'm using my cursor to circle around electronic signatures. Is this yours?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the Court's Admonishments, you're telling me that you understand the Court's Admonishments and you understand the rights that are contained within it. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And that you're going to give up those rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
The rights you're going to give up is you have the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Yes, sir, I did.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range for the offense, which is anywhere up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the waivers that are contained within the Court's admonishments. I make them a part of the record. State, can you tell me what the agreement is?
Yes, Your Honor, it is a $0 fine plus court costs, 21 days Bexar County Jail. Credit for time served, time and money to run concurrently. She does presently have at least 21 days.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Thomas, is that your understanding of the agreement as well?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I'm not bound by the plea bargain. I don't have to follow it. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
But if I do follow the plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions were filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
No, Your Honor.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, I will allow you to withdraw the plea and will proceed to trial as if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir, I am.
If not, then a plea of guilty or no contest to the offense could have serious adverse effects on your immigration status. Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual, rational understanding of the charge pending against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's been able to assist you in the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe that she's mentally competent to waive rights and enter a plea here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, to the offense that's listed on your information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Do you understand you can still be found guilty under a no contest plea?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I could. Yes,
All
sir.
right. If you don't contest it, then I'll find you guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
hmm
And after going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Yes, I think it's in my best interest.
I find the plea is freely, intelligently, voluntarily made. She's mentally competent to enter into such a plea, and I find her guilty. Counsel, do we waive the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No,
Oh,
Your Honor.
There being no legal reason in accordance with the agreement with the state, ma'am, I sent you to 21 days in the Barrett County Jail. I'll give you credit for time served. There's a $0 fine and court costs. Time and the money will run concurrent, and this is judgment satisfied. Ma'am, this is a plea bargain case. I followed the plea bargains. You do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm making a certification of this for the record, and we'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. For the attorneys, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing
Um,
from the state.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
The matter's concluded. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Come on in. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you can bump him up.
Okay. Back in the room. Tony? From the inside.
Appreciate everyone's patience.
This is James Tony.
Let's see what we got here. All right. Is it MTR?
Correct, Judge.
Get to that again.
Six two six seven, and it's up to 6267.
All I have is supplemental. It looks like. Do we have the actual MTR, or we're just going to go on the supplemental?
Your Honor, I emailed the MTR itself is.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I do have it. Which one are we going to go on? The MTR, Ms. Trish?
We're proposing to proceed on a violation of condition number 21.
Okay. All right. That's on the MTR, so we're good to go. All right, Mr. Tony, we're going to get started here in a minute. I'm going to show you some documents on the screen there for you. And then I'm just letting you know there's no trick questions here, okay?
Okay.
And then this, let's see. Ms. Trish, before we get on the record, what's our agreement?
There is an agreement to ask the court to revoke defendant's supervision, reform the underlying sentence to 30 days Bear County Jail, which would be judgment satisfied.
Oh, all right. And again, it was going to be on violation number 20 or 21?
21, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And then, since we're a little bit new with how we do this, I ask Mr. Gary, you understand I always ask the inmates to waive the right to appeal these things. Do you understand that?
Oh, yes, Judge, I understand.
Okay. Okay. I think we'll proceed with that. All right. So with that, YouTube is still on. Court call, State of Texas versus James Marvin Tony Jr. This is cause number 2024 CC 740-091. We're here today for a motion to revoke community supervision. We're conducting the hearing using the Zoom application. My name is Judge Jefferson Moore. I'm sitting by assignment in the Bear County Jail Court, and specifically for the County Court Law number 6. And if we could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Talia Trish for the state.
Warren Gary for James Tony Marvin.
Sir, are you the same James Tony charged, or rather, who was placed on community supervision on May 28th, 2025 for driving while intoxicated? Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Use a function of Zoom is called share screen, and you just show you a document that's called the defendant's consent to a motion to revoke hearing by video conference. And I'm using my cursor to circle around electronic signatures. Is this yours?
Yes, sir.
And then Mr. Gary, I don't have an attorney signature here, but I assume you went over this with him. But let's make sure that after we finish this hearing that you get a signature on this form for us, please.
Yes, Judge. The electronic prompt didn't show up, but we have gone over this document.
I understand. You're thorough about these sort of things, and so sometimes those things happen. Mr. Tony, by signing this, you're telling me you understand normally we do please, rather not please, a motion to revoke live in an open court, but with your signature here, you're consenting to do this by video conference. Did you understand that before you sign this?
Yes, sir.
Secondly, your electronic signature here, as well as any of the other electronic signatures in the plea or the motion packet in front of me, you're telling me those are valid as if they were personally signed. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the consent. I make it a part of the record. I'm going to get out of share screen and state, can you tell me what the agreement is?
Yes, Your Honor, it is to proceed on a violation of condition number 21, waive the remainder, petition the court to revoke defendant's community supervision and reform the underlying sentence to 29 days Bear County Jail, credit for time served, time and money running concurrently, $0 fine, court costs, and the defendant does have 29 days.
Mr. Gary, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Judge.
And Mr. Tony, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, sir, if I agree to this, because I don't have to agree to the agreement, the new agreement you made with the state, but I ask that if I agree to this, that you waive your right to appeal this hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And then any objections from the defense?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tony, I'm using share screen to show you the motion to revoke. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, I am.
You just talk this over with Mr. Gary?
Yes, sir.
You understand it?
Yes, sir, I do.
Mr. Gary, did we waive reading of the motion?
We do, Judge.
Getting out of share screen. Mr. Tony, to the allegation listed on there, you violated condition number 21. How do you plead, true or not true?
True.
You understand just by pleading true or confined, the violation is true and revoke the community supervision.
Yes, sir.
Knowing all that, do you still wish to plead true?
Yes, sir.
I find that the violation is true. I grant the state's motion. I revoke Mr. Tony. And Mr. Gary, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No, Judge.
There being no legal reason, in accordance with your new agreement with the state, sir, I'm going to reform your sentence to 29 days in the Bear County Jail, give you credit for time served. There's a $0 fine and court costs. Time and the money will run concurrent, and this is judgment satisfied. Sir, this is a revocation of your community supervision where you have waived your right to appeal. I'm making a certification of this for the record. We'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. For the attorneys, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Judge, the defense would ask if you could take notice that if Mr. Tony is indigent for purposes of superfines, he has had court-appointed counsel in all his cases since the inception of this case. He is currently in custody and he is being transferred to TDC after this is disposed of. Has no income.
All right, I'm making a note on the document. He's indigent for superfines with DPS.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, if there's nothing else from either side, then this matter is concluded. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This is Patricia Hertz.
All right, let's get to that one. Is that a
MTR.
MTR2? Okay. All right. All right. And then while I'm pulling up the documents, what are we doing with this case? We're revoking, how are we proceeding?
Yes,
Revoke
Your
your 25 days.
Okay, got it. Thanks. All right, Ms. Hertz, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, my name's Jefferson Moore. We're going to go over some paperwork you just signed with your attorney. I'm letting you know there's no trick questions. Okay? All right. Court calls State of Texas versus Patricia Hertz. This is cause number CC 660090. We're here today for a motion to revoke, or rather a motion to enter an adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. We're conducting the hearing using the Zoom application. We're also live streaming the proceedings to keep it open to the public. My name is Judge Jefferson Moore. I'm sitting by assignment in Bexar County Jail Court, and specifically for County Court Law number 11. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Talia Trish for the state.
Brian Kimbrough for Ms. Hertz.
Ma'am, are you the same Patricia Hertz who was placed on deferred adjudication for violation of a protective order on December 7th, 2021? Is that you, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Before we proceed any further, I'm going to use a function of Zoom called Share Screen. I'm going to show you a document. It's called the Defendant's Consent to a Motion to Revoke Hearing by Video Conference. And I'm using my cursor to circle around electronic signature. Is this yours?
Yes, sir, it is.
By signing this, you're telling me two things. And then I'll also note that we don't have the attorney's signature. It's not his fault. We've been having troubles with the program having a block for the attorney to sign on here. But, you know.
Well, I don't oppose it. I have no objection, Your Honor.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, with you being on the record, Mr. Kimbrough, that'll manage that for us, but we're just making a note of it. But ma'am, by signing this, you're telling me two things. One, you understand we normally do these types of hearings live in an open court. With this signature, you're considering by video conference. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Yes, sir, it is.
Secondly, your electronic signature here, as well as any of the other electronic signatures in the packet in front of me, you're telling me that those are valid as if they were personally signed. Did you
Yes.
understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir, I did.
I approve the consent. I make it a part of the record. Jumped out of share screen. And if I could have the, hold on, give me just a second. Sorry. If I could have the state tell me what the agreement is.
Yes, Your Honor, it is to proceed on a violation of condition number 13 and waive the remainder. Subsequently, ask the court to enter an adjudication of guilt, revoke community supervision, assess a $0 fine plus court costs, 25 days Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrently. This would not be judgment satisfied just yet.
Okay. Counsel, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is.
And then Ms. Hertz, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, sir, it is.
And Ms. Hertz, I'm not bound by the plea bargain, but if I do follow the plea bargain, then I ask that you waive your right to appeal this hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Kimbrough, any objections?
No objection.
Go back to share screen, and Ms. Hertz, I'm showing you the motion to enter an adjudication of guilt. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
And did you go over this and talk it over with Mr. Kimbrough?
Yes, I did.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kimbrough, do we waive reading of the motion?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, I'm getting out of share screen. To the allegation listed on there that you violated condition number 13, how do you plead? True or not true?
True.
You understand, just by pleading true, I can find the violation is true and revoke your community supervision.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true?
Yes, sir.
I find the violation is true. I grant the state's motion. She's hereby revoked and now found her guilty of the underlying offense. Counsel, is there any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
Being no legal reason, according to the agreement with the state, ma'am, I sent you to 25 days in the Bexar County Jail. Credit for time served. There's a $0 fine and court costs. Time and money will run concurrent. I'll let the jail determine any good time to see if she can be released off those 25 days. Ma'am, this is a plea bargain case. I followed the plea bargain, so you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. You waived your appeal is what I should have said. And I'm making a certification of this waiver for the record. And we'll provide a copy to your attorney to provide to you. For the attorneys, is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing further.
All right, the matter is concluded. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge Attorney Kimbrough has another client, Hilda
Okay.
Trevino.
Trevino, you said?
Trevino.
Yes.
Oh. It's a regular plea.
Judge,
All right.
ask you some yes and no questions. Put it on for you. You gotta put it on.
I can't.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can.
My name is Judge Jefferson Moore. I'll be taking your plea. Once we get on the record, I'm going to show you some documents that you just signed with Mr. Kimbrough. I'm going to ask you some questions about those documents. I'm just letting you know there's no trick questions, okay? Were you able to hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get started. Court call State of Texas versus Hilda Trevino. This is cause number 2026 CC 005453. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting the hearing using the Zoom application. We're live streaming the proceedings, so it's open to the public. My name is Judge Jefferson Moore. I'm sitting by assignment in Bexar County Jail Court, and specifically for County Court Law number 15. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the State of Texas, please.
Talia Trish for the state.
Brian Kimbrough for Mr. Trevino.
Ma'am, are you the same Hilda Trevino charged by information with criminal trespass? Is that you, ma'am?
I was not criminal trespassing. I was in the community store.
Well, let me ask you this. I understand that you might not feel that it was a criminal trespass, but are you the same one who was charged with that or was arrested for that? Does that make sense to you?
No, I was not. I was in a store.
Yeah, and sometimes when they ask you to leave, if
But
that,
for no reason, it's a public place.
well, if they've issued a trespass, then you can get a criminal trespass. But I'll ask you one more question.
They have to prove that I was criminal trespassing.
I agree, but we're here today. You were going to plead no contest, and if you're going to plead that way, I'm just letting you know, then I would find you guilty on that plea, and we'll proceed from there. But if
I have no issues with the law.
you have issues with the law, okay. Well,
No
me too.
issues with the law.
let me go ahead and do two things. We'll close the record for right
I'm
now.
a government employee.
I'm also
I'm
going to turn off.
I'm a governor.
So the matter's concluded for now.